Hello everybody and welcome back to a new video. Today I just finished putting the first coat of paint on the hood, but while this is drying I'm going to walk you through all the steps I do. So first things first, I am starting off with a clean surface. Still has the factory paint on it and everything, so like if this didn't have dirt all over it, that's what I'm starting with. The dirt's gone, and then the very first thing I do is I take these are called scuff pads, and I go over the entire area with this scuff pad. Next, I take some paint thinner. Where'd it go? Paint thinner, over here. I take this paint thinner, and I go over it with paint thinner, with a rag, soft rag, and then we take this tack cloth and run over it with the tack cloth, and that takes everything off of it, dirt-wise, and stuff that got left behind by the rag and stuff like that. Next up, you spray it with the primer of your choice. There's been a few different primers used in this project, and then you go over it with 600 grit sandpaper. You fold this scuff pad up and then wrap it with 600 grit sandpaper, and you wet sand it. So that means ideally you want to use a spray bottle. I couldn't find one, so I just got a gallon jug, so I just dumped some on it and sanded, and then dumped some more, sanded. You get the idea. So did that, and then you go over with the tack cloth again, and then you paint. So this is the first layer of paint. For my situation, it being black, it covers really nicely in 2 coats. And so you spray and you wait 10 minutes between every coat of paint. And you want to do all the painting and all the clear coating at one time, or else you're going to have problems. That's what I've figured out. So spray it over 2 coats with black if that's what you're doing. And then you start with your clear coat 10 minutes after the last coat of black or paint or whatever paint you're using. And you do 3 coats of clear 10 minutes apart, and that's what I've been doing, and it's given me some pretty good results. I mean, I'm not a professional, so there's still flaws in it that I could have made better, but other than that, it looks good for who did it. Me.
Will you look at that? A new mess.
I am getting my windshield wipers set up on the rocker switch bots. The wires and everything are ran, so I just have to get the rocker switch in. Oh, I promised to look at the hood. Check out that nice thing. It's got all these little specks in it, but once we go through and sand it, I'm gonna go through and hit it with 1,000 grit sandpaper, probably with a wet sand, and then jump up to 2,000 grit sandpaper, also probably with a wet sand. So I am only gonna be running my rocker switch on high, so I don't need low. So this is all down in there already. But anyway, we located which wires are needed. One's a ground and one is high power. So those are ran, and they run down. And there's a rail underneath my dash. Right along here, there's a rail, and there's a screw down there. And so the ground went down there. And then we have 3 wires here. Let's see if I can get them. That one goes to the switch. Oh. That one goes to the switch for the windshield wipers. And then we have this one that's powering the box, and this one that's grounding the box. So fairly simple. I just have to fabricate the mount up. I have the mount set and holes put in for the box itself. I just gotta pop some holes in it real quick, and then we're gonna be using these little bolts here to fasten them to the Jeep rail itself. So I already have the center punched for the holes. It just makes it easier on the drill press. No having to deal with the drill bit swerving everywhere, because these smaller holes are a pain to drill. So anyway, I'm gonna get these drilled. And I just forgot to hit the record button to video these getting drilled, but there are the 2 perfectly drilled holes in the top. It is time for the big reveal. I've had it out for not even a day now. It's been out for probably 12 hours overnight, so I am about to show it to you. I just did a few tweaks that needed to be done before I could call it completely done, but here we go. This is my 1988 Jeep Wrangler YJ. that I just went through and repainted the whole front end and all the way back to about the beginning of the cab. I put a new bikini top on it. Be easier to show you here. I put this Nylite rocker switch box with cigarette lighter, USB ports, and voltmeter, which is super awesome. And each switch has a circuit breaker for your convenience. It doesn't have to be hooked up to a fuse, that means. So that is super awesome. I have my windshield wipers hooked up to it at the moment. Maybe later on down the line we'll get some light bars and different things like that to really make this Jeep look awesome. Now, you look at the paint job right now, there are some water spots on it. That's because I washed this thing yesterday, so yeah, not too happy about the water spots at the moment. So we'll have to do something about that. Probably wash it again to get the water spots off. And I'm not completely done, but I'm probably not gonna do any more work on this until harvest is over. So there's some lime green stickers that I probably will put on the Jeep logo. Eventually, I just have to get them ordered, and I want to paint all of these fender flares lime green as well. Just give it a little bit of a pop, some contrast. It'll look really awesome then. And this morning I had to do some more work on the fuses because I have my you can see the fuse box up there. There's some wires coming out of the front there. I have 3 wires coming out, 2 on one fuse for my radio and 1 on another fuse for that box that you guys saw. So they're just feeding off of fuses, and since the box has circuit breakers, that one's feeding off the left side, which is not coming from the fuse, so it won't have any problems with blowing that fuse or anything. And then the radio has 1 on the left, 1 on the right, because the one on the right keeps the radio memory, and then the one on the left supplies power to it. So my right one was having problems, and therefore it wasn't saving the memory of my radio. Well, I fixed that this morning, and it's working good now. So this Jeep is completely done and ready for me to go on the road. Also, I fixed my windshield wipers. The problem with that was there was no juice coming to the motor from wherever it comes from, so I just decided to run the new wires and run it to that box. So that's the whole reason why I bought that box, was just to get the windshield wipers going. Anything else I hook up to it will be bonus. So thank you for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and put in the comments down below if you want to see some more videos of upgrading and doing some fixing up on this Jeep. I got scotch tape on my foot. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.